Fortunately, the villagers' strong communal instincts allow them to band together collectively to destroy Pulgasari. Thanks to its state-of-the-art rear projection techniques and special effects that are almost literally riveting, Pulgasari is nothing less than an utterly convincing Marxist parable. Despite having been kidnapped, held against his will and, perhaps worst of all, forced to work with his ex-wife, director Shin Sang-ok never gives any less than 10% of his formidable skills to this, surely the greatest of all North Korean monster movies. Surfing the Korean Hallyu, as it were, many innovative new film funding initiatives have been attracting venture capitalists and private investors, making South Korea a paradise for new filmmakers. New filmmakers such as the director of A Fresh Slant on Horror. The most original Fright Fest to come out of Asia since Ring, R-Point marks the directorial debut of top Korean screenwriter Gong Soo-chong. Gong Soo-chong was best known as the screenwriter behind such creepy hits as Ring Virus, the Korean version of Japan's blockbuster Ring. R-Point, his directorial debut, concerns a squad of soldiers who have finished their tours of duty but can't go home because they've contracted venereal diseases. And just like the promiscuous teens in an American slash fest, those who have been morally deficient enough to dip their sickly wicks soon find themselves in the crosshairs of danger.
The Vietnam War itself was a war with an invisible enemy. It was a guerrilla war. Not only US soldiers, but also Korean soldiers saw that their comrades were dying. But they were not able to see who shot them.
The soldiers are sent into R-Point to learn what happened to a platoon that disappeared months earlier, but recently transmitted a creepy radio message. They come upon a spooky old one-star hotel where there are no guests, only ghosts, instead of guests.
Typical ghosts in Korean movies are based on something called Han in Korean. This signifies the emotion of a long depression. The typical Korean ghost is a virgin ghost. Maybe it signifies the restraint of Korean women in our society. I employed the simple code, bells. Bells are used by an exorcist to call ghosts. With this, I created an image of incantation.
more than just a little patronising to dismiss Asian films in general and Korean films in particular as being of the low budget and quirky variety, because they have their share of blockbusters as well. And the undisputed king of the Korean blockbuster is Kang Jae-yoo, a man who works with the same size budgets and on the same scale as his American counterparts, but never forgets to put those all-important human elements in as well. In a break with the Asian paradigm, where even film directors must be dutiful employees, Kang has taken control, forming his own production company. In fact, after forming the company, he spent 2 years shoring the company's finances with lucrative commercial work. And the reason Kang has been able to set out on his own is that when his second feature, Shwiri, hit Asian cinemas in 1999, it became the biggest Korean box office success ever. It was also one of the most expensive to produce. Shwiri is no simple popcorn movie. A formidable crew of North Korean soldiers plans to blow up a crowded football stadium, part of a warped scheme for reconciliation between North and South.
그들이 처음부터 노린 건 남북 숙부였어요. 그 친구들 지금 메인 스튜디오로 가고 있습니다. 아니, 갑자기 그게 무슨 중단지 같은 소리야? 길게 설명할 시간이 없습니다. 자칫하면 메인 스타디움 날아갑니다.
The actual production cost for Shwiri was about $22 million. At the time, the average production cost in Korea was in the region of $13 to $15 million. So comparatively, it was a very big budget.
The malevolent Marxists attacking the stadium are driven purely by ideology, the sort of savage ruffians who enjoy nothing more than a lively stab night. No, not stag night, stab night. And yet Kang was criticised in his country for depicting North Koreans as somehow too human.
The incentive came from the time I was in China. I met students from North Korea there, and my perspective on anti-communist prejudice was changed. It served as an impetus to think more about ideology and the mutual relations between people under different ideologies.
색바른 우리 인민의 아들 딸들이 국경 넘어 매춘구에서 그것도 단돈 $100에 개판이듯이 팔리고 있어. 굶어 죽은 새끼의 인육마저 뜯어먹는 그 애비를 너는 본 적이 있어? 썩은 치즈에 콜라, 햄버거를 먹고 자란 니들이 알 리가 없지.
Besides being the first film to expose communist cheese envy, another reason Shwiri became Korea's biggest ever box office hit was its central character, an unstoppable female assassin.
I thought that it was necessary to consider the female audience, because normally women do not like science fiction, spy movies or war movies. I used a woman as the main character and inserted stronger melodrama elements than are usually seen in spy action films.
나 결혼 선물 뭐 할까?
내 선물은 무슨 일이 있어도 내게 무슨 일이 생겨도 나 이해해주고 미워하지 않기. 그럼 돼. 왜냐하면 날 이해해줄 수 있는 사람은 정원 씨밖에 없으니까.
This North Korean Terminatrix is a sinister sleeper agent who coldly seduces a top South Korean counter-spy, but then apparently falls in love. Will she choose her dear fiancé over her dear leader?